So I'm going to be updating on herbal legalization here in New Jersey until it gets done. Because if you've ever been to my other channel, I hate what the drug war has done to the urban portion of America. And I want vengeance. I want blood. And blood by way of changed legislation. Changed policies. So every little step that we can get, it's great. And this is coming to us from Insider New Jersey. Fun fact, I actually met Max Pizarro, who is either an editor or a co-founder of this publication, which does fantastic local and county work, discussing Jersey politics, because Jesus Christ, somebody has to. Senate Health Committee passes both medical marijuana and expungement bills. This is written by Insider NJ. The Senate Health and Human Services Committee this morning passed both medical marijuana, S10, and expungement, S3205, bills out of committee. S10 went through with full support. S3205 passed out of committee with Sweeney, Vitale, Cody, and Gopal and Lagana voting yes. Senator Declan O'Scanton abstained. I can't vote for this bill out of committee today. I have to abstain, said the Monmouth Republican, who added after examining all the late amendments, he could probably be persuaded to back the bill on Thursday. All right, cool. Senator Joe Lasagnas explained his rationale for voting in favor of the bills. I think it's been proven effective, the senator said of medical marijuana, heralding S10 for making expansion more accessible. As for the expungement bill, I've always been a proponent of decriminalization, the Paramus-based senator said. I was a public defender and I represented people arrested for possession. Most of them were young people stuck with a criminal criminal record. Lagana said he opposes a law that sticks people caught with pot with a criminal conviction for the rest of their lives. So we're going down the right path, he said. I must agree. Yeah, let me break this up right quick, because it's such a small step. It really is. But at this point, we got to be grateful for what we can get. With what happened in Camden and, the beef between this Senator Murphy and Governor Murphy and Senator Sweeney and George Norcross, and it's just getting ugly as far as that's concerned, and that's one of the reasons why adult use kind of got blown out of the water. As for full-blown adult legalization of recreational marijuana, the voters will decide, he said. Fantastic. It's on the ballot. Let's get this done, New Jersey. This is something. See, here's a fantastic thing about, social arguments like this. Like, we've known as collectively, as a society, we've known they've been lying about cannabis and how dangerous, quote unquote, it is for generations now, but we haven't really had the chutzpah to really go after these laws and really go to change them. And so, it's good that Assemblyman Hawley and Senator Rice are really just going after this. Even if it is the smallest step, you got to be appreciative of it. S10 revises requirements to authorize and access medical cannabis. Establishes requirements for institutional caregivers, revises permit requirements for alternative treatment centers, and establishment additional legal protections for patients and caregivers. But there's 1,000,003 laws. Basically, if you are the person that has, let's just wrap all this together. How long have I been talking? 3 minutes? Okay, we can go a little further into the article. But the deal is that ultimately, because I've already read the article, ultimately, if you are a patient, just you, anybody else can get knocked. And as far as the expungement process goes, if you have any other charge, you're not getting expunged. You basically have to have been caught solely with a possession charge. And the way our government works is that they stack charges. So they'll sit there, they'll stack a resisting on top of the what's the name charge, on top of the possession charge. So boom, okay, well, you were charged with possession and resisting. Nope. You know, like that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, yikes. So really, it's like 99% of people will not be eligible for the expungements. But like I said, baby steps, right? Current law provides that physicians may issue multiple written instructions authorizing up to a 90-day supply of medical cannabis, provided that each instruction is issued for a legitimate medical purpose, includes the earliest date on which the instruction becomes valid, and does not present an undue risk of diversion or abuse. The bill will allow practitioners to authorize up to 1 year supply at one time. So, okay, yeah, okay, bet. I mean, if you're a part of the medical program, if you're locked into the state's medical program, then but you paying out your behind, bruh. Like that's the thing. Like they like the state stuff is expensive. So and that's a part of the reason why I was also so apprehensive towards the state getting involved at the at the market level, because really you're already entering a flooded market. I mean, let's be real. This country has never been one to be short on inebriants. I mean, remember those stories about those kids that were drinking hand sanitizer or just NyQuil? I mean, I'll tell you guys a story. When I was a kid, right, they had given me a little bit of Vicks 44D or 44W. I don't know. I think it had codeine in it, but I had a little bit and I was like, oh man, I felt better. And they in my family left the bottle in arm's reach. And I'm like, well, if I had a little bit of this and I feel this much better, I'm gonna drink the entire yo, the more the merrier, bruh. I was ripped. Gone. I will never forget that. But the deal is that I'm saying that to say that, to use as an example, that we have had inebriants all over this country, all over the place this entire time. So I mean, there are people that huff their own poop. There are people that will sit there, poop in a bag, and just let it ferment, and then just huff it. Yeah. This world is gross. Okay, there are people that are just disgusting. That is so uncouth. For real, my God. The bill provides that medical cannabis may be dispensed to a patient at any medical cannabis dispensary, or basically, have your papers ready. Like, if you're part of the medical program, have your papers ready, but they're going to be expanding it to let more people into the medical program. And as far as expungement goes, this is the stuff for expungement. A person who has been convicted of one crime and does not otherwise have any subsequent conviction for another crime. You just, bruh. No one's getting out because you stacked charges, you dicks. Come on. Yo, this isn't a baby step. This is barely a baby swinging its arms, man. But a person who has been convicted of multiple crimes or a combination of multiple crimes and disorderly persons or petty disorderly persons offenses, all of which are listed in a single judgment of conviction, and the person does not otherwise have any subsequent conviction for another crime or offense in addition to those convictions included in the person's expungement application. So, person with one or more criminal convictions is eligible as described above for expungement relief. The expungement application may generally proceed so long as one of the following time period requirements is met. 5 years have passed with respect to all aspects of satisfying the most recent conviction. So, the payment of a fine, which is currently subject to the collection of the United... Oh my goodness, see? Milking them. Just, government is so terrible. Our government is the worst. Oh my God. It's just for show. It's just for show. They have no real interest in fixing this shit. They really don't. And it's sad. It's frustrating. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. because they just sit there making hundreds upon thousands of dollars a year. And, our folks, we out here on our own, man. Any eligible person who files an application for expungement, the superior court in the county in which the most recent conviction was adjudged would, within 30 days of the person filing the application, notify relevant law enforcement and criminal justice agencies, including the superintendent of state police and the attorney general, and the administrative office of the courts would include the information required by NJS 2C 52-7 for each conviction eligible to be achieved. The more I read it, the more I'm just like, this is how they beat us, because it's always very, very long, very, very boring, and very, very contradictory to what it apparently is trying to do. Like, that's why the titles of the bills always make the headlines, but what's within the bills rarely does, and that's the jacked up part. I mean, it's just a show. I respect Senator Rice, okay? Senator Rice, I respect the bejeebus out of you, but this doesn't help us. This doesn't help our folk. This doesn't help our communities. Actually, I mean, to an extent, you can say we passed the point of no return when it comes to a lot of this stuff. You can't undo generations of brainwashing and nonsense with really anything overnight, or over a week, or over a day, or over a month, or over years, or over a decade, or over a freaking lifetime. And when you're talking generations, several lifetimes. So I'm willing to give props on the fact that 12 minutes. So I'm willing to give props on the fact that, they slap something out there that they're willing to start pretending like they give a crap, but ultimately, how can I when, like, this expungement bill will only help like 0.6% of people, and that's largely due to the way that the laws get stacked on top of each other. So, see, this went from I was all happy at the start of this video. Now I've talked myself into sadness. But I really talked myself into sadness here, because it's just like, I'm sitting here thinking about just like all the people whose lives have been like utterly destroyed. And you're like, okay, we're gonna expunge some records, which is like, bruh, like, what does that really do? And B, like, when you sit here and like just do the math on the expungement part, it's not going to help that many people. It's not going to help many folk at all. So, it's just another bunch of hoops and ropes that people got to jump through because our state don't know how to get the hell out of its own way. That being said, by all means, internet stuff, if you like this video, toss me a like. If you could, I mean, I don't know, I'm doing some pretty alright articles over here. Toss me a sub. Even better, if you kind of agree, toss me a share. And what do you think? I mean, do you think that this is in any way, shape, or form going to help? I mean, please convince me. Convince me in the comments. I'd appreciate it. And until the next one.